All right, it is movie review time again. And yesterday I took the opportunity to watch the new Netflix movie Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. Now, this is, of course, a sequel to Rebel Moon Part 1, which came out last year. And these are both from Zack Snyder. And, Part 1 was not well received at all. In fact, I went back and looked, and I gave Part 1 1.5 stars. And Part 2 makes no improvements. In fact, in my opinion, it is even worse than Part 1. And so far, what I've seen is a lot of people seem to be agreeing. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there who really, really liked it, but it overall is not a good movie. It's not a good companion piece. It made, like I said, no improvements. It's a little over 2-hour movie, and to me, the first hour is totally just boring. Just boring. If you have watched Part 1, I'll try not to give too much away. And if you've not seen Part 1, I'll try not to give too much away. But the first hour, they do spend some time trying to get to know the main characters a little bit more. And they spend a lot of time harvesting the crops and all. And that takes up a large part of the first half of the movie. And then the second half gets to the large battle scenes and the action and the action part of it. But even that is not really that well executed. Some of the special effects are pretty bad for a movie of this size. And again, as I know, I'm sure I pointed out, and probably a lot of others, it really, really seems to continue to borrow heavily from the Star Wars franchise. There were just so many times I could say, well, look at this part of this Star Wars movie or this Star Wars TV show or whatever, and it just seemed like they borrowed a lot of it from there. So they've just kept on and on. Here's the really, I'm going to say it this way, the really bad thing is they have actually set this up to make more movies. And I'm not sure who wants that. I don't know if we could handle more movies in this franchise. Now, I know that Zack Snyder's talked about releasing more or less like a director's cut in a few months on Netflix. I don't know if it's going to be an improvement. I probably won't watch it, but we'll see. But again, I say this is worse than Part 1. In fact, I'm only giving it a 0.5 star out of 5.